Accept the fact that it's over. And this mostly happens to people that were super popular in school. After it's all over, some of them just don't know how to give it up. Everybody else moves on, but they don't. For them, it was probably the time of their life or whatever, and they're just really sad that it's over. But the mentality you gotta have with this is, bro, you gotta keep moving forward. These people act like their reputation is still there and they're still the popular kid, even though that shit's been over. Now, everyone shares experiences that they have in high school or college, but these people, though, they're acting like they're still living in these experiences, like they have not moved forward. They're at every single football game, bro. They're the #1 supporter of their football team, even though it's been years and they have no affiliation to anybody on the team whatsoever. They're just there for the love of the game, and they also just didn't really grow as a person either. Everybody else moved on, went to college, got jobs, etc. But this dude, I don't even know what he's on nowadays. Don't get me wrong, you know, make the memories, have fun, of course, but make sure you're putting yourself out there, making new memories every day. Have fun as much as you can, and honestly, travel the world as much as you can. Definitely. I had a lot of fun when I traveled these past couple years. And now we got the dude that had a family right out of high school. Now, shout out to this guy, man. All right, he's really cooking. The moment he turned 18, bro started a family. He had his whole vision set. White picket fence, nice home with the wife and 3 kids. Some people will tell me, like, when I catch up with people I went to school with, they'll be like, yeah, bro, remember this dude? And my friend will tell me, yeah, this dude's married and has 3 kids now. And I'm like, god damn, bro, I feel old as shit. Like, it really wasn't that long ago. Or at least I don't think it was. The dude that just switched up. This guy might have been the most upstanding citizen in school, and the moment he finished school, this dude became like the craziest kingpin of a drug operation, and then he got arrested. There wasn't a single day he went without studying. There wasn't a single class where he didn't get an A. Everyone thought he was gonna go to Harvard or some shit, but eventually he just goes down the wrong path. But then there's the opposite, okay? The person that wasn't doing shit in school, he was just slacking off, and then the moment school was over, he locked in. And he's also been in a gym working out, just overall improving his life ever since school was over. When I'm scrolling reels sometimes, as per usual, sometimes when I scroll, I get recommended people's accounts that I went to school with. Sometimes when you're scrolling, it will say like, oh, people you may know. It's mostly people that you went to school with. Instagram, I don't know, bro. They're stalking me. I don't know what's going on. Like, sometimes you'll see the person and you won't even recognize them. But now we got the dude that goes to the military. And now I salute you, whoever this is out there, because I'm just gonna outright admit this right now. I am not built for this. And the moment I spawned in on this planet, I just accepted that. The fate that was bestowed upon me was to fire up a school video every time rent is due. And yeah, everybody knows after seeing this video, rent is definitely due. Some of the workouts that they're doing are like hella intense. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for all that. I'm gonna have to have like an Ashton Hall type of training routine. So that's why I am not built for that. And they're doing their thing, man. They found what they wanted to do, and they're just rolling with it. So I most definitely gotta give them props, and especially for their service. But I've had a few friends of mine who joined the army. I reach out to them sometimes, see what they're on, and when they're back in town, sometimes I'll link up with them and we'll grab food or some shit. But they're like rarely ever home to begin with. They're like all over the map. And speaking of all over the map, we got these travelers. These people either just take time off from school just to travel, or they're studying abroad in college. And honestly, bro, do your thing, man, because When you get off the stage that day and get your diploma, you got your entire life ahead of you. This is your first taste of freedom. You can take a bit of time for yourself to travel the world, really see what's out there. There's so many places that I still haven't gone yet that I really want to go to. Miami, Japan, Italy, the list just goes on, bro. Only thing is, I hate flying. I do not like flying, especially if it's like a 15-hour flight to Japan. That flight is gonna suck complete ass, but you know what? I'm just gonna have to stick through it if I want to go to Japan. But the people that are studying abroad, they especially love traveling. They honestly probably don't even mind the flights, to be honest. They're just used to it at this point. It's just routine for them. They've seen so many countries in Europe at this point. It's not even funny. But I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. That shit is crazy bread. I just looked it up. It said that the average semester abroad costs between $7,000 and $15,000. In which, I mean, if you really want the experience, if you think it's worth that price, then go for it, man. And lastly, we got the miserable dude, okay? This guy, he's not happy with how his shit turned out. You get a job fresh out of college, and this dude's talking about how he's been there since like 2008. 2008? The only thing I accomplished in 2008 was fucking graduating preschool. We were in an economic recession. I should have been getting my funds up instead of being in preschool. And that whole time, this dude did not like his job. And not only that, he doesn't really like how his life turned out in general. And I get it, you know, you gotta put food on the table, you gotta clock into work for 40 hours a week. Even though the job market seems to be cooked nowadays, I think you'll be better off trying to find a new job and putting in the work to find a job that you will like, rather than being miserable for the next 20 years that you have left in the workforce. And be like Squidward in that one episode of SpongeBob where you're just living your life on repeat. Every single day is the same, and you don't enjoy what you do at all. It will also cause you a lot of unnecessary stress and anguish, so definitely don't be afraid to make the change in your life you need to be happier. So yeah, moral of the video, make sure you're happy with the path you're taking in life, and don't do it for anybody else but yourself. I made a similar video about a month ago about what life was like after school, so just click on it. It's on the end screen. Bad habits. As humans, it is pretty easy for us to develop habits. Every day, you wake up and brush your teeth so you don't have musty ass breath. That is a habit, and that's a good habit. Now, some habits aren't necessarily good or bad, like fidgeting with a pencil in class, for example, but a lot of habits in my lifetime, I know deep down that I should not be doing them. But regardless, I still do it. I partake in at least some of these habits in today's video. If you enjoy the content around here, consider dropping a sub. And without further ado, let's begin with waking up late. Now, this habit is the absolute bane of my existence, and also going to bed late too. We can't forget that. The fact that I don't really have anything to wake up to in the morning is the reason why I still have this habit. Now, this happens to me periodically throughout my life. Sometimes I have both, sometimes only one of the two, and sometimes I'm finally on my A game and I made a good sleep schedule for myself. And of course, not only is this bad for your productivity, but if you're waking up hella early in the morning but going to bed super late, this can be really bad for your health, since your body really needs to recharge to be able to conquer the day. And sometimes I'm up really late with my friends, like just doing something stupid or just having fun. Me and my friends get back late as hell sometimes, but I don't have anything to wake up to. And that's when I end up developing that waking up late habit. I had a good night out with my friends last night, and unfortunately, I woke up late this morning. But obviously, this should not be a routine. I feel like a good sleep schedule is something that everybody should have. But something that everybody should have. But some people work different hours, so I mean, I guess that really all depends what that is. Now, going to bed early does not make you an old head. Sometimes it just has to be done after a long and excruciating day. Now we got being a sweat at video games. Now, gaming was really fun for me as a kid. I was that sweaty ass nerd at the game. Fortnite in 2018, I was going stupid. That one game over was all gold weapons. Bro, me and my friends were getting so many wins in that game mode. It wasn't even funny. And now Prime Fortnite was one of my favorite games of all time, I have to say. And I put hours into Fortnite. It's not even funny. And of course, gaming all day is not a good habit to have. And I should have realized that. I would get home from school every day and hop on Fortnite. No questions asked. I would just get on the game and marvel at my glorious Heaven the Cube. Now, obviously, there's people who play games professionally, and if that's your thing, go for it, man. But if you just get on the game as soon as you wake up and you got a bunch of other responsibilities to attend to and you don't, then sweating the game is kind of crazy. And some people will play the game all throughout the day and do nothing besides play the game. And we all have days where we do jack shit, don't get me wrong. Again, this is a very bad habit to develop, bro. You need sunlight, you need to go outside, you need to go to the gym, get that pumping, get a job if you don't have one. And sometimes these people, they don't even go to bed. They just stay up and grind the game throughout the night as well. They got a bunch of energy drinks by their desk, and they are absolutely sweating the game until they just knock out at their desk. And now we got vaping and smoking. Now, I don't really smoke a lot, to be honest. That one and only story I told about getting high on my channel, that was one of my only times doing it. I'm not a stoner by any means, okay? Sometimes I partake with some friends, but that's really it. As for vaping, I never touched a vape in my entire life. But both of these can become crippling addictions for people, and a lot of people have to rely on that substance to keep pushing through the day. And every time I have smoked weed, it was a chill experience sometimes, but sometimes I had a panic attack. So I don't want to encourage it or advise it at all. Skipping meals, that's a bad or advise it at all. Skipping meals, that's a bad habit that happens to me a lot. You know, sometimes when I get too caught up in a video, I skip meals. Like it's 2:49 p.m. in the afternoon, and I should probably be eating lunch right now, but I'm not because I'm recording the video. So I'm gonna speed run this recording and go eat after this. But yeah, it's something that happens for me all the time, which is not good, but some people may just skip a meal without even noticing. We were taught that throughout our day, 3 meals is the ideal amount of meals for the day. But I mean, if we're being honest, a lot of us probably don't really follow that routine, especially me, but it's very important that you do. But not only does it keep your body healthy and helps you maintain a good amount of protein and vitamins that your body needs to function, but it also just helps with your overall energy. And there's some people who intentionally don't eat or skip meals just to lose weight. And trust me, definitely do not use this method. Just exercise and diet and you will lose the weight. Eating junk food. Now, let's just be real for a second. Junk food just hits, bro. I feel like a sack of shit after I eat junk food, but as a former plate cleaner, okay, Oreo cakesters were my shit back in the day. And because of that, I was a little bit of a hefty kid in my early elementary days. A little might be a bit of an understatement, to be honest. On a typical day for me, I don't really eat junk food, but sometimes, dude, I gotta order a pizza to the door or go out with ice cream. Wait, well, hold on. All right, we gotta backtrack. Going out for ice cream or getting one of my favorite snacks of all time at the gas station, cosmic brownies. Now, sometimes I go on vacation to link up with my friends, and I eat like garbage the whole time. At this point, we may as well be In-N-Out and Wingstop's #1 customers. If you limit yourself from eating junk food, you will enjoy these special occasions even more. And this can become a serious health condition for people if you eat too much junk food or drink too much soda, whatever it is. And there was this rapper by the name of Dave Blunt. Okay, I'm sure some of you know who that is. Some of you may not. And now Dave Blunt could not put down the cup, but I think nowadays he's starting to put the cup down a little bit. He's losing some weight, which is a very, very good thing. Like, he was in the hospital for the amount of weight that he gained. Like, I don't even think his body was able to function at the weight he was at. And that shit could affect your health severely. That's why watching your weight is super important. Eating too much junk food, definitely not a good habit to develop. But once in a while, getting a pizza from that one local spot in town that is just insane. Everyone has one. Definitely a guilty pleasure of mine. Now we got doom scrolling. Doom scrolling is such a common habit nowadays, especially since Instagram Reels happen. And yeah, I gotta be honest, I fell victim to Instagram Reels many times. I fell victim to TikTok many times as well. And as unproductive as that can be, it's also very draining. Sometimes I'm in my bed, staying up late, which, again, I should not be doing. I was just scrolling for so long that it was one of those autopilot scrolling sessions where your thumb starts to hurt a little bit, you get super sleepy, and it's like you don't even know what you're watching anymore. I genuinely feel like the moment I put my phone down, that my brain is just way too overstimulated. I've seen one too many Family Guy videos for the day, and that was it for me. And even sometimes when I watch too much YouTube, I do feel the same way as well. Or even too much of a Netflix show as well. Sometimes I just binge, bro. It just gets the best of me. This is worse than the going to bed late habit for me, because this is the main reason why I'm going to bed late. And some people will rack up crazy numbers for screen time, like it's not even funny. And even myself, I'm guilty of this too. Maybe I just need to roll roll around in the grass a bit more. Just stare at the trees in the sky and just absolutely soak in the sunlight and just think about life. Spending too much money. Okay, this is a habit that everybody needs to avoid, bro. You need all the cheese you can have in your bank account. And when this happens a lot of times is when people are given a large sum of money. Like, just say somebody won the lottery or something. They won $1 million from the lottery. And instead of investing it or saving it, they blew all their money in a few years. Now they're flying on private jets, they're going on yachts or whatever. Just because they got a large sum of money, they think they have all the money in the world. And for some people, when they win the lottery, that's just how it goes. Or some people, they will get a paycheck from their job and literally just go over to the designer store and just buy a bunch of Rick Owens or other designer clothes. Now, I'm somebody who's really thinking about my future, and sometimes that makes me very frugal with my money. Even though sometimes I think I should just get out there more, travel, and just enjoy what the world has to offer. Be smart with your money, but also don't be afraid to spend it once in a while. Bad posture. Okay, this is directed to all the people out there that are gaming like this. It's just important to keep good posture just for the sake of your health. Always sitting really weird like that is just gonna make you develop problems in your back or your neck. But if you're at a party, a bar, or a club, any social setting like that, and girls see you sitting weird like that, bro, you are not getting any action. And sometimes for me, that hunchback posture can take over. And every time that happens for me, I just give myself a posture check when I notice. So that's definitely something I gotta be more aware of. Now we got procrastination. You definitely heard this so many times, or hell, this may have been you sometimes. And you're like, ah, I'll do it tomorrow. And you don't do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes, and you don't do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes the next day and the day after that. And the tasks that you gotta do throughout the week just keep building up. And it happens to me all the time. But this is something that you definitely gotta break. You will miss out on a lot of opportunities if you procrastinate on something. Like, for example, if you procrastinate on exercising or going outside, you will miss out on being in the best physical shape of your life. And well, that's the next one, not exercising or going outside. Sometimes people just need a break and they just need to chill, but not going outside for extended periods of time is just where it gets crazy. You gotta go outside. It will just help you clear your mind. Like, if you go on a walk with nothing but your thoughts, sometimes it will just help you reflect on things and understand where you're at in life. Or if you're stressing, it's best to just go to the gym, get a nice pump in, come home, and you will feel better. Now, last but not least, we got drinking. Now, drinking is one of those things. Socially, I partake in it from time to time, but definitely not a good habit now. Some people drink just after a long day to just unwind, or they just go out to a bar with their friends, but it can become a serious addiction for people. And just like weed, I feel like dog shit when I wake up in the morning, so I definitely do not want to make a habit out of this. As much as I had fun drinking with friends, I don't want to advise it or encourage it. But yeah, if you like this video, you will also like this video about a good habit I made. Going to the gym. Click on the video. It's staring at you. I know you want to watch it. Okay, I'm just kidding. Just click on it if you want to. '25 TikTok trends. There's a lot of interesting TikTok trends, to say the least, so I figured I had to get on here and make a video about it. This may be a better late than ever ad video, I don't know, but regardless, I'm still making the video. So let's start off with the most recent one, the F students being inventors. So it was all started by this guy. I don't know who the this guy is. Like, he just spawned in out of nowhere. All right, so after doing like 10 seconds of research, I found out it was this guy called King Azule.
So I called my bank, and when I called them, I asked for $250,000. Now, for me, $250,000 is not much money. As you guys can understand, $250,000 is not much money.
$250,000 is not that much money. Are you hearing this, guy? I don't care who you are. You could be goddamn Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, whoever. The $250,000 is still a ton of money. I mean, this dude's probably rage baiting, let's be honest. A lot of these alpha males just clip farm like crazy. And one of these clip farms that he did accidentally turned into a viral trend. And that clip I played at the beginning about F students being inventors, the audio became a trend, and a lot of people were just destroying property at their school. They were drilling holes into their Chromebook. Their Chromebook was in like a million different pieces, like to the point where it didn't even look like a goddamn Chromebook anymore. Now, for me, having any school computer was a privilege. My ass was just trying to find the next unblocked game that everybody was gonna play. And this shit's really on some 0.001 GPA activity. Like, what the hell is this? And people would do shit like this for 5 likes, bro. Like, are we dead serious? There's no way that shit could be worth 5 likes. Now you gotta pay to get your Chromebook replaced or whatever it is. Now these 0. Whatever the fuck GPA activities got brought to the school bathrooms. People started flooding their bathrooms, setting a toilet on fire, or whatever the hell they're doing. And it's probably gotten to the point where the schools have to close down their bathrooms. Like, if they had to close it for the, lick trend, I guess that's what I'll call it, from 2021. This trend is like 10 times worse, so it's definitely closed. Now we got the 2020 effect. I've been seeing this a lot recently. I don't know what's good with the weather, but it's kind of looking like 2023. Am I right, guys? No, but seriously, what does that even mean? Like, how does the weather kind of look like 2023, 2016, or whatever people are saying? I remember seeing a fair share of good weather in 2020. Like, I don't think it was that bad, but people are saying the skies were that bad. But people are saying the skies were a lot brighter, though, in 2025, which is kind of confusing. But honestly, this is one of the better trends from 2025, and it's good that people are getting out there. They're going outside. Honestly, it could just be because we're in spring now. For me personally, winter is just depressing as hell. I don't know. It's super cold out. The sun sets super early. Winter's definitely the bottom season of all time, bro. Or another possible reason that people have been saying is because your mood can dictate how you see colors. Obviously, 2020 sucked. We can all agree. But about 2 or 3 years ago now, at least for me, things went back to normal. I was no longer sitting in my room unemployed, smelling like schmegma. I actually had responsibilities now. Now we got the emojis. Now, I've been seeing a lot of different emojis floating around this year. People just got sick of the crying emoji and the skull emoji. People started using the broken heart emoji. And then the broken heart went too mainstream, so everybody started using the wilted rose instead. And honestly, I'm getting sick of the skull emoji too. Alright, we need some new emojis. This wilted rose emoji, it just had to happen. Alright, that's why I use that shit in my title. But ever since that one's gone too mainstream, people started using the dead battery, the broken house. Then people started using sheep of rice. I'm all for the emojis. Like, they're just so dumb, it's just funny. You would never think people would use a sheep of rice pre-2025. And now, in light of this recent emoji trend, the YouTuber H1T1 or John Casterline started a trend where he used the tram emoji instead of the laughing emoji. And it started in his comment section, and it spread throughout my comment section too. And now last week I was on vacation, so I didn't know what the hell was going on. And when I checked my phone, I just saw my comments were flooded with this emoji. I'm like, what the fuck does this even mean? I put it into Google, and I instantly found John Casterline's video about it. And now these emojis are not serious at all. Like, these emojis are legit just a troll. Like Kanye in 2025, broken heart emoji, tram emoji, rose emoji, whatever. Like, who is a Kanye fan in 2025? But I guess since the tram one was the least used, John Casterline wanted to put it on the map, and well, that he did. Next, we got the chicken jockey trend. Of course, this one is terrible. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Now, the Minecraft movie, of course, started a whole new wave of memes as soon as it dropped. And that includes the whole chicken jockey thing. And now, if you don't know what that is, Jack Black said chicken jockey, and people started throwing food at the screen or drinks at the screen or whatever when he said that line. And one dude even brought in a live chicken to the theater, which is crazy. I have no idea who started this shit or why this even started, because I thought the theaters were empty. That was the first thing I was expecting, honestly, when I was walking into the theater, when I first laid my eyes on the Minecraft movie. And now, I guess this movie, for some people, was earth-shattering to the point where the theaters would just be a mess, and whoever it was, that poor employee cleaning that theater, was not getting paid enough to do that shit. Like, I really feel bad for the employees. Now, in my old grocery store job, obviously I had to deal with some bullshit, but it was not this bad. And now, as for my thoughts on the movie, it's what you expect for a Minecraft movie. Like, it was just super goofy. It's not gonna have this insane storyline that some people were expecting. It's a movie about a childhood game we all played where we just fucking place blocks and just blow shit up with TNT, just goof around with our friends, whatever we used to do on the game. And now we got the Ice Bucket Challenge Revival. Now, I really don't know why the trend got revived at first. Like, I was just very confused. You know what's crazy? Like, I was so behind on this that my mom found out about it before I did. But then I found out that people were bringing it back to raise awareness for mental health and promote it, like, as a positive thing. Now, I started seeing, like, my relatives do it, or, like, people I went to school with, whatever. And, hey, I mean, I'm glad it's back. Like, it's being done for a good cause. Like, hey, I can't knock it. And the last time I did it, I think I was in, like, 4th grade, bro, which is insane to think about. Now we got the Kool-Aid Man. What specifically about the Kool-Aid Man? Well, the Kool-Aid Man was an icon, I gotta say. But some people were actually trying to be the Kool-Aid Man. You know how we, like, burst through walls in the commercials, says the oh yeah thing, whatever. People actually are doing that. Yes, I'm not even kidding. But this trend originated, for whatever reason, people are bringing it back in 2025. And they will do this at people's houses in the middle of the night. I have never seen people so desperate for clout in my life. That is crazy. Like, what the f is wrong with you? Like, again, you're doing all this for the chance of it to go viral. Just the chance. Not even a guarantee, oh, this is a hit video. And even if a guarantee, oh, this is a hit video. And even if the video blows up, is that what you want to be known for? Dog, you're going to be a one-hit wonder. No one is going to stick around to see whatever type of shit you're on. Actually, scratch what I said earlier. This is definitely the worst trend. And now we got being unemployed, okay? Not actually being unemployed. You're not really on the internet like that. I don't want you to get confused. It just became a meme to call people unemployed who clearly have way too much free time on their hands. Like, for example, huge news for the unemployed. Playboi Carti finished his next album, Baby Boy, and it is set to release in 2025. And people who have a job probably are not going to be thinking about that, but people are embracing the unemployed lifestyle. Ironic. And people started censoring words such as responsibilities, jobs, job applications, college, school. And now this trend was just so stupid, it was funny. And this is definitely one of the best ones this year for sure. I've never heard, like, my friends in real life use this. Like, if I said it in real life, I would sound like a dumbass. Like, it's just still funny to see on the internet. Me and the duck, we're always on the internet because, well, I mean, it's our job. So our unemployed asses are sending each other reels back and forth every day. Now we got AI brain rot. Now I've seen this trend take over in like March or April, but it was Italian brain rot. And now I'm gonna be honest, I really did not like this trend. Now I just thought it was dumb. Like, I didn't really understand it. At that point, I knew in my head, I am finally healing. Then there was even more AI brain rot with Tim Cheese and whoever the hell. I don't want to get too deep into it because